Alright, so if you're gonna release a mouse with one of these, okay, it's gotta be done to near perfection because there are just too many good wireless mice out right now. So when Vaxee dropped this new XE shape, although I was hyped, I put an asterisk on that hype because of the cable. So let's see if they're able to do it right and compete with the other wireless mice out right now. Now, from my first Vaxee mouse until now, I've seen a huge improvement in their build quality. They've now made their mice matte and the coating feels great in the hand. There are some inconsistencies with the painting of the mouse on the underside of the mouse 1 and 2, which is a little bit of a cause for concern for me about the longevity of this coating, but as it stands right now, the coating's good and it's been good throughout my use with this mouse. Definitely far better than their original MP01 coating. Now the mouse comes in at 71 grams on my scale, and while this mouse does feel very well balanced, I would love to see them lower this weight to around 60 grams to be really competitive with today's market. Some people might see the weight and just pass on the mouse right off the bat when they really shouldn't, because this shape is amazing. Now the cable is detachable with a 3-pronged USB-C approach that we have seen in other mice. This has some benefit, like being able to replace the cable if there are any shorts or changing up the styling. My problem is that the connector is just way too big near the front of the mouse. It causes a noticeable pushback on the cable when you're moving the mouse around. It's angled up, but it still does drag, and I just don't like the feel of this paracord at all. If you're going to have a cord, it's got to be the best implementation possible. And this ain't it, not even close. I'd rather just have the cord connected at this point if this is the connector that we're gonna get. Kind of surprising from Vaxee because usually the designs are on point, they've thought everything through. Even with the mouse bungee, it's just super distracting with this mouse. Not a fan. But let's see if the rest of the mouse can make up for the shortcomings of the wire on this mouse. Also on the mouse, you can change the DPI and the polling rate and the debouncing all on the bottom of the mouse, and I really do love this approach. The 2 LEDs next to the button up top, which isn't a DPI button by the way, it can be switched to a page down. It can do a screenshot or do emojis. Interesting concept, but I don't know how many people are gonna need an emoji thing during their gaming. Cool, but I don't know if we need it. Alright, so let's talk buttons. These Huano 70 grams feel nicely implemented here. You could tell me there's Kale 8.0s in here and I probably would have believed you. They're crispy, they have a nice bottom out, barely any pre-travel, they're very stable overall. The side buttons feel great as well. I do find the side buttons to be a little bit small. I would prefer the bigger side buttons like on the S2. Now the scroll wheel feels nice and defined when scrolling through shooters, but when you scroll fast, they kind of disappear, which I really like. It's a 24-step scroll wheel for those of you guys who care about that kind of thing. But anyways, let's drop a sound test of the Vaxee XE to see what this mouse sounds like. The shape game is one thing that Vaxee has really put an emphasis on and they've been really succeeding at. They got a stranglehold on the game right now. Just when you think there are no more new shapes that can be made, they go and remix something and it just works. The shape is like if an FK and an S2 had a baby, a medium baby, slightly wider than the S2 with a flat back and a hump pushed to the middle. Mouse companies are really stepping their game up this year when it comes to shapes, and man, I gotta say I prefer the shape over the S2. By the way, anybody seen or heard from Zowie lately? What's going on? For my aiming style, it allows me to have my palm up on the mouse and it just feels spectacular. For claw grip, that nice gradual hump feels more inviting than a bigger back mouse like the S2. The slope is nice and gentle with the hump near the middle, like I said, and that allows you to lay your palm on it, making it also viable for palm grip, something that you can't really do with the S2. So this is a better all-arounder than the S2. So if you're a palm grip, you always want to use an S2, now's your chance. And it's also got some nice hips if you want to use this for fingertip grip and have some control with your pinky and your thumb. Overall, very comfortable mouse to use. You can even have larger hands with this mouse and I feel like it would work. If you have smaller hands, I probably would only do like a palm grip. Claw might be just a little bit too big for you. Hopefully they release like a mini version of this, that would be sick. And of course with a new cable. Now the sensor is a 3389 solid accurate sensor. You can change the liftoff distance to 3 different heights. Overall, this mouse shape almost makes me forget how bad this cable is. Keyword, almost. There are times when this mouse disappears and there are times when I'm aiming and I feel the mouse cable get in my way and I look down, breaking my concentration, and I imagine if you're in a 1v1 or a 10 situation in a competitive setting, that's just not gonna cut it. You're gonna die. Now, of course, you can use your own cable to get around this, but I do wanna give Vaxee some feedback so they can fix this, because like I said, if you're gonna do a wired in 2022, it's gotta be damn good. It's gotta be nearing perfection, okay? And this is, in my opinion, subpar. Very surprising from them. I thought that they were gonna have that cable done right. So if you haven't heard now, we have a new rating system that we just started in the last video, just to give you guys an idea of where one mouse stands versus another. And for the Vaxee XE, I'm going to go with a rating of 7.3. It's good, but it needs to be wireless. That cable, the shape just cannot make up for how bad this cable is. Don't make me beg you, Vaxee, okay? Okay, or I can beg, whichever you want. But it is a shame to let this shape go to waste with this cable. It has to be wireless at some point. And at that point, I would highly consider using it as my main. And I know a lot of others would too, because this shape is that good. All right, that's gonna do it for this review of the Vaxee XE. I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.